Hello. Welcome to Learn English Easy. My name is Olivia. I am so happy you are here with me today. This is a safe place for you. This is a place for you to learn, to grow, and to feel strong. I want to talk to you today about a very special story. This is my story. This is the story of how I learned English. I learned English in just 6 months. It was the most powerful change in my life. And today, I want to share this story with you. Maybe you are just starting to learn English. Maybe you feel a little lost. Maybe you think English is too difficult. Maybe you feel scared. I understand you. I was there too. I felt all of those things. My heart felt heavy. My mind felt tired. I thought, I can never do this, but I was wrong. And if you feel this way, you are wrong too. You can do this. You are strong. You are smart. You are here listening to me. And that is the first, big, beautiful step. This video is for you. It is a long video. It is almost 1 hour. This is good. This is your English listening practice. You will hear my voice. You will hear simple words. You will hear my story. You will feel my feelings. You will learn, and you will feel motivated. You will feel hope. So find a comfortable place. Maybe you have a cup of tea. Listen to my voice. Relax. Let us begin this journey together. This is the story of how I learned English in 6 months. My life before English was very different. It was small. I lived in my small town. I had my small job. I talked to my small group of friends. Everything was familiar. Everything was safe. But inside my heart, I felt something big. I felt a dream. I wanted to see the world. I wanted to talk to people from other countries. I wanted to read books in English. I wanted to understand movies without subtitles. I wanted a bigger life, but this dream felt very far away. It felt impossible. English was a big, dark mountain in front of me. I looked at this mountain and I felt so small. The words sounded strange. The grammar was a puzzle I could not solve. I tried to learn in school, but it was not good. I remembered only simple words. Hello, goodbye, my name is. I felt embarrassed. I thought I was not a good language learner. I thought my brain was not made for English. Can you feel this too? Do you have a big, dark mountain in your life? I understand. Then one day, something changed. It was a normal day. I was in a cafe. I saw a tourist. He looked lost. He had a map. He tried to ask for help. He spoke in English. He looked at me. He said, "Excuse me? Can you help me?" I looked at him. My heart beat fast. I wanted to help him. But I could not speak. My mouth felt dry. I could only say, "No English, sorry." I saw the disappointment in his eyes. He smiled and walked away. In that moment, I felt a deep sadness. I felt a strong emotion. This is not my life, I thought. I am not this person. I am someone who helps. I am someone who connects. I am someone who communicates. That day, I decided. I made a promise to myself. I will learn English. I will learn it in 6 months. It was a crazy promise, but it was my promise. The first month, building a foundation. My journey began. The first month was all about building a foundation. What is a foundation? It is the strong base of a house. Before you build a beautiful house, you need a strong base. For English, the foundation is simple words and sounds. I did not start with big books. I did not start with difficult grammar. I started with the simple things, the very simple things. Every morning, I woke up 30 minutes early. I sat with my coffee and I listened. I listened to simple English songs, songs for children. The songs had easy words, happy, send Sunday rain, friend. I listened to the sounds. I did not try to understand every word. I just let the sounds wash over me. I let the music enter my ears. It was like a gentle exercise for my ears. My ears were learning the music of English. Then I learned the most important words. I thought about my day. What do I do every day? I wake up, I eat breakfast, I go to work, I talk to my family. So I learned those words. I wrote them down. I had a small notebook. It was my best friend. I wrote the word for every object in my home: table, chair, window, door, cup, plate. I wrote the words on small papers. I stuck them on the objects. So every time I saw my table, I saw the word table. Every time I drank from a cup, I saw the word cup. This was not studying. This was living with English. English became a part of my daily life. It was not a separate subject. It was in my home with me. I also started to speak to myself. Yes, I talked to myself. It sounds funny, but it is very powerful. In the morning, I looked in the mirror and I said, "Good morning, Olivia. How are you today?" "I am fine. Thank you. The weather is nice. I am happy." Very simple sentences. At first, my voice was quiet. I felt shy, but no one was listening. It was only me. So I continued. I named my feelings. I am tired. I am hungry. I am excited. This helped me connect English to my real feelings. English was not just words on paper. It was the words for my life. The most important lesson of the first month was this: be kind to yourself. I made many mistakes. I forgot words. I pronounced words badly. But I did not get angry. I smiled. I said, "It is okay, Olivia. You are learning. You are a baby learning to walk." When a baby falls down, you do not get angry at the baby. You help the baby. You encourage the baby. So I encouraged myself. I was my own best friend. This is my first lesson for you. Be your own best friend. Talk to yourself with kindness. Your journey will be long, but it will be beautiful. Do not rush. Build your foundation strong. The second month, finding my voice. The second month was about finding my voice. Now I had some simple words. I had some simple sentences. But I needed to use them. I needed to speak. This was very scary for me. The memory of the tourist in the cafe was still in my heart. I was afraid to speak. I was afraid of making mistakes. I was afraid people would laugh at me, but I knew I had to do it. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is feeling the fear and doing it anyway. So I found a safe place to speak. I used technology. I found a language learning application on my phone. It had a speaking function. I could speak to the application. The application listened to my words. It told me if my pronunciation was good. This was my safe space. I was alone in my room, speaking to my phone. No one could hear me. I repeated simple sentences. The cat is on the table. I like to eat apples. It is a sunny day. I said these sentences again and again. Sometimes the application said my pronunciation was bad. So I tried again and again until the application said, "Good job." I felt a small victory. Every good job was a step forward. I also started to watch cartoons. Yes, cartoons for children. They speak very slowly. They use simple words. The characters show their feelings clearly, so I could understand the story from their actions and their simple words. I watched the same episode many times. First, with subtitles in my language, then with English subtitles, then with no subtitles. Each time, I understood a little more. I listened to the rhythm of the sentences. I repeated the short sentences after the characters. "Hello, pig. How are you?" "I am fine, dog." "Thank you." It felt silly, but it was so helpful. It was fun. Learning English started to become fun, not a job. And then I did the bravest thing of the second month. I talked to myself in English for 1 full minute. I set a timer on my phone. For 60 seconds, I had to speak in English without stopping. I described my room. I described what I did yesterday. I talked about my dreams. I did not worry about grammar. I did not worry about mistakes. I just spoke. The first time, it was very difficult. I stopped many times. I said and ah many times, but I did not give up. I tried every day, and every day it became a little easier. My voice became a little stronger. I was finding my voice in English. This is my lesson for you from the second month. You must find your voice. You must be brave. Find your safe place to speak. It can be with an application. It can be with your pet. It can be with yourself in the mirror. But you must speak. Your voice is a beautiful instrument. Let it play the music of English. Do not be afraid of mistakes. Mistakes are your teachers. They show you what to learn next. So speak. Please speak. Your voice is waiting to be heard. The third month, creating an English world. The third month was a big change. I thought, if I want to live in an English world, I need to create one around me. So I decided to make my world an English world. This was a powerful decision. It meant English was not just something I studied for 30 minutes a day. It became the air I breathed. It was everywhere around me. I changed the language on my phone to English. At first, it was confusing. I did not know where my messages were. I did not know how to set my alarm, but I forced myself to learn. In 2 days, I knew all the words. Settings, messages, photos, camera. I learned them because I needed them. This is real learning, learning because you need to use the language. I started to listen to English all the time. I listened to simple English podcasts for learners. I listened to them when I was walking to work. I listened to them when I was cooking dinner. I listened to them when I was cleaning my house. I did not always understand everything. That is okay. The goal was to fill my ears with English. My brain was learning even when I was not actively studying. It was learning the rhythm, the intonation, the sound of natural speech. It was like background music, but it was background learning. I also created an English ritual. Every evening, for 15 minutes, I wrote in my English journal. It was not a big diary. It was just a few sentences. I wrote about my day. Today, the weather was rainy. I went to work. I ate soup for lunch. It was delicious. I talked to my friend Maria. She is nice. Then, I wrote one thing I was grateful for. I am grateful for my warm home. I am grateful for my health. This ritual did two things. It helped me practice writing simple sentences, and it helped me connect English to positive feelings. English became the language of my gratitude. English became a happy part of my day. The biggest challenge was thinking in English. Before, I always thought in my native language, and then I translated in my head. This was slow and difficult, so I started to practice thinking in English. I started with small things. When I saw a dog, I did not say the word in my language in my head. I said, dog. When I felt happy, I thought, I am happy. When I was planning my day, I tried to think, first I will go to the shop, then I will cook dinner. It was tiring at first, but after some time, it became a habit. I was building a direct path in my brain from my thoughts to English words. This was a game changer. My lesson for you from the third month is this. Surround yourself with English. Make it a natural part of your life. Do not keep it in a textbook. Let it live in your phone, in your ears, in your journal, and in your thoughts. You are not just learning a subject. You are learning a new way to see the world. Create your own English world. Live in it every day. You will be amazed at how fast you learn. The fourth month, connecting with people. After 3 months, my English was better. I knew more words. I could make simple sentences. I could understand slow speech. But something was missing. I was alone in my English world. I needed to connect with real people. I needed to use English for its true purpose, communication. The fourth month was about connection. I was still very scared. The fear of making mistakes was still there. But my desire to connect was stronger than my fear. So I went online. I found a website for language exchange. You can talk to people from other countries. You help them with your language, and they help you with English. I found a partner. Her name was Sarah. She was from Canada. She wanted to learn my language. Our first conversation was a voice call. My hands were shaking. My heart was beating so fast. I said, "Hello, my name is Olivia. I am from Italy. I am learning English." She had a kind voice. She said, "Hello, Olivia. It is very nice to meet you. Thank you for helping me." We agreed to talk for 30 minutes, 15 minutes in English, 15 minutes in my language. The first 15 minutes in English were difficult. I spoke very slowly. I made many mistakes. I said, "I go to work yesterday." She gently said, "Oh, you went to work yesterday?" I said, Yes, I went to work yesterday." She did not laugh at me. She did not get angry. She was patient. She was friendly. She helped me. We talked about simple things, our jobs, the weather, our favorite food. When the 15 minutes finished, I felt an incredible feeling. I did it. I had a real conversation with a real person in English. It was not perfect, but it was communication. We understood each other. I felt so happy. I felt so proud. After that, I talked with Sarah every week. It became the highlight of my week. I prepared some questions before our call. What is your favorite holiday? What do you like to do on the weekend? This preparation gave me confidence. Every conversation was easier than the last one. I was learning to listen, to react, to ask questions. I was learning the flow of a real conversation. I also started to join online groups for English learners. I wrote simple comments. I said, "I agree. That is a good idea. Thank you for your post." I read the comments from other learners. I saw that they made mistakes too, and I saw that everyone was supportive. We were all in the same boat. We were all learning together. This community gave me strength. I was not alone. The lesson from the 4th month is simple but deep. Language is for people. The goal of English is not to get a perfect score on a test. The goal is to connect with another human being, to share your ideas, to understand their heart, to make a new friend. When you remember this, the fear becomes smaller. Because people are generally kind, they want to understand you. So be brave and find your Sarah, find your language partner, join a community. Take that first scary step and make a connection. It will change everything for you. The 5th month, embracing imperfection. The 5th month was a time of big growth. My English was improving fast. I could have longer conversations. I could understand more of the podcasts I listened to. But I faced a new problem. I became frustrated with my mistakes. I wanted to be perfect. I hated when I used the wrong tense. I hated when I could not find the right word. This frustration was stopping me from speaking freely. I remember one conversation with Sarah. I wanted to tell her a story about my childhood. It was a funny story, but I could not remember the word for grandmother. I said, "mother of my mother," and I used the present tense for a past story. I said, "My grandmother gives me a big cake." The story lost its magic. I felt stupid. After the call, I felt sad. I thought, after 4 months, I should be better than this. But then I had a very important thought. What is my goal? Is my goal to speak perfect English? Or is my goal to communicate and connect? I remembered the tourist in the cafe. He did not need perfect grammar. He needed help. He needed someone to understand him. And I understood Sarah's story. She laughed at my story about the cake. She understood it. The communication was successful. The connection happened. So I made a new decision for the 5th month. I decided to embrace imperfection. Embrace means to accept something happily. I decided to love my mistakes. Why? Because my mistakes were signs of effort. They were proof that I was trying. They were my teachers. Every mistake showed me a gap in my knowledge. And that is a beautiful thing because now I know what to learn next. I changed my self-talk. When I made a mistake, I did not say, "I am so stupid." I said, "Interesting. I said that wrong. Now I know the correct way. Thank you, mistake." This changed everything. It took the pressure away. I felt lighter. I felt freer. I started to speak more because I was not afraid of being wrong. I also started to focus on the message, not the words. Before I spoke, I thought about the idea I wanted to share. I want to tell Sarah I am excited about my holiday. Then I used the words I knew to share that idea. I am very happy. I go on holiday next week. I see the ocean. The feeling of excitement was clear, even if the grammar was not perfect. This is my lesson for you from the 5th month. Do not let the dream of perfect English stop you from using good English. Your English does not need to be perfect. It needs to be clear. It needs to be from your heart. People will understand your heart. They will feel your intention. So embrace your imperfect English. Love your mistakes. They are part of your beautiful, unique journey. Speak with confidence, even with mistakes. Your voice is valuable, exactly as it is right now. The 6th month, living in English. The 6th and final month of my promise had arrived. I looked back, and I could not believe the change. I was a different person. My English was not perfect, but it was functional. I could live my life in English. And that is what I started to do. The 6th month was about living in English. I started to do things I always dreamed of doing. I read my first simple book in English. It was a book for children, but it was a real book. I felt so proud when I finished the last page. I understood the whole story. The words painted pictures in my mind. It was a magical feeling. I watched a movie in English with only English subtitles. It was a movie I knew well. I did not understand every word, but I understood the story. I heard the jokes, and I laughed. I felt the sadness of the characters. English was no longer a barrier. It was a window into another world. I even went to an English conversation meetup in my city. I walked into a cafe, and I saw a group of people. They were speaking English. I was so nervous. But I took a deep breath, and I said, "Hello, is this the English conversation group?" A man smiled and said, "Yes, welcome. Please join us." I sat down, I listened, and then I spoke. I talked about my job. I talked about my learning journey. I asked questions. I was a part of the conversation. For 1 hour, I lived in English. I was not a student. I was a person communicating with other people. When I left the cafe, I felt like I was flying. I had done it. I had climbed my mountain. My 6-month journey was complete. I had kept my promise to myself. The person who said no English, sorry, was gone. In her place was a person who could say, "Hello, how can I help you?" A person who could read a book, watch a movie, and make new friends. I had a bigger life. My world was no longer small. But this was not the end. It was a new beginning. Learning English is a lifelong journey. I am still learning today. I still make mistakes. I still learn new words every day. But now I enjoy the journey. I am not in a hurry. I love the process of learning. So that is my story. My powerful story of how I learned English in 6 months. I shared my heart with you. I shared my struggles and my victories. I shared my simple methods. Now I want to talk to you. Yes, you listening to my voice. Your journey will be different from my journey. Your life is different. Your schedule is different. But the principles are the same. Start with a strong foundation. Be kind to yourself. Find your voice. Create an English world. Connect with people. Embrace imperfection. And finally, live in English. You have a choice to make. Every day, you have a choice. You can think, English is too difficult, I will never learn. Or you can think, today, I will learn one new word. Today, I will listen to one English song. Today, I will be brave. The small choices you make every day will create your future. In 6 months, you can be a different person. You can have a bigger life. You can feel the pride that I feel. What will you do today? Right now, after this video finishes, what is one small thing you can do? Maybe you will write 3 English words on a paper and stick them on your refrigerator. Maybe you will say hello to yourself in the mirror in English. Maybe you will find a simple English song and listen to it. Do one small thing, just one. That is how big journeys begin, with one small step. I believe in you. I know you can do this. You are strong. You are capable. You have a beautiful voice inside you, waiting to speak English. Let it out. Let the world hear you. Thank you for listening to my story. Thank you for being here with me. This is Olivia from Learn English Easy. I am sending you all my love and all my encouragement. Keep going. Do not give up. Your English journey is going to be amazing. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye for now.